Welcome to Realities in Christ. Today we are going to talk a little bit about destiny. I want to outline 3 things that will help you to understand that your destiny can be delayed. Why talking about destiny, Clayton? The reason why I talk about this, it is because of each and every one of you have got something that God has planted into your life. All of you, there is a God-given assignment that we need to execute on earth. But sometimes you find that a person lives their whole life on earth and die without accomplishing that which God said they have to accomplish here on earth, or what they have been born for, because of we push certain things in life just to push time and so on and so forth, simply because we don't understand why we are here and why we are born. Last time we were talking about the will of God. So stepping into the will of God is more or less like accomplishing your destiny here on earth. The reason why we live, it is simply because of God wanted us here. Number 2, it is simply because of there is an assignment that need to be executed on earth. So that assignment that God has actually given us can be delayed by different things that are operating into our life, or externally so. So I want us to capture and understand that, or we can actually come to a place whereby we reach our full. We reach to the state whereby we accomplish that which God has placed in us. So allow me to give these 3 things so that I can pray with you, and you can go and prepare and go to church today. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today. It's not hot as compared to yesterday, or probably still morning. That's why it's not that hot. So, but nonetheless, let us tackle these 3 things. Number 1, we are going to touch on the issue of your character. Your character can either open doors for you or can either close doors for you. So it is important how that you master yourself, you understand yourself to the point that you need to know how to deal with your mood swings, and more especially in leadership, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself. There are verses in the Bible that helps me to understand this, that you need to work out your own salvation. That's where you realize that the salvation that I have received is more personal. What my brother or sister is doing sometimes can affect me, but mainly what can affect me, it is what I am doing. Am I growing? Am I developing myself in God? Am I cultivating whatever that God is really doing into my life, and so on and so forth? It's very much important for us as individuals to work on our characters. If you don't work on your character will disqualify you in certain places. Your character will actually close or open doors for you in certain places. Let me show you something in terms of character. There are people who are so gifted, who are very much gifted. The gift of God in your life is supposed to bring you in the place of great people, and you are supposed to get great returns in such places. But because of your gift and the character that is not refined, when you get into such places, sometimes no matter how gifted you are, you can be chased, you can be disqualified from certain places simply because of you have not developed your character. So it's very much important as an individual to work on your character, because character can open doors for you or can close doors for you. So know how to deal with your mood swings. Know how to sometimes I tell people in the places whereby I would however facilitate, I say this frequently, that don't react, act. When someone reacts, it means that you are just reacting from just anything that comes, and then you just respond like that. But when someone else is acting, you are making your movements on the basis of well-informed knowledge. So it is very much important for us to I'm not delving deeper on this, but I'm trying to show you that character It is something else that you must work on. It is something else that can, however, disqualify you. And when I say that it can disqualify you, I'm simply saying that it can delay you from reaching your highest potential in fulfilling your destiny. You understand? It can disqualify you from reaching your highest potential to fulfill your destiny, or to be in places where you are needed in order for you to fulfill your destiny. So it is very significant for you to work on your character. Work on your character. Work on your character. Don't ignore it. It's much more important. You need to work on your character. So 3 things that can actually delay your destiny. Number 1, I said it is character. Character can close doors for you or can open doors for you. Let me move to the second one. People. You know, in this life, when we are working or when we are dealing with life or assignment and other things that the Lord has actually given us, you'll realize that you'll never be in a position whereby there are no people. Always there will be people around you. So mainly people are some of the people who you're going to influence. You need to understand that certain people are there into your life for a season. You need to understand that certain people are there into your life for life. From the start of that which God has placed into your life, or up until the end of that which God has placed into your life. And there are certain people who will never benefit from your grace. You need to understand that. So sometimes you find ourselves that when we're dealing with people, you get to understand that these same people can delay or they can elevate you. That's why at some point people can celebrate you and then tomorrow they don't celebrate you at all, and so on and so forth. So you need to know the kind of people you are working with. You need to know the kind of people you are working with, and you need to understand the people that you are working with, because at some point you find that you are great, your character is great, is refined, but the people you are working with are wrong people. When when we are dealing with such in terms of administrative work and also the ministry side, if the person does not carry the same heart with you, why do you have to continue to work with that particular person? Why do you have to continue to work with that particular person? That person will delay you from fulfilling your destiny in the matters of God, or from fulfilling the destiny that which God has granted you, or the assignment that which God has granted you. So you need to work with a person who is of one mind and one heart with you, in order for you to get into a certain place where God desires you to get into. Remember, I said we are all born for greatness, but character can disqualify you to reach your highest potential to fulfill your destiny. Number 2, the people you are working with can hinder you to reach the highest potential of fulfilling your destiny. So you need to know the kind of people that you are working with, so that you can be able to step up and live up to your destiny. So I want you to understand that sometimes when we connect with the right people, we begin to flourish. When we connect with the people who are correct, right, we begin to, things that were hard for us to accomplish begin to be easier. You know, like the vision that God has granted each and every one of us here, it is so big. I want to tell you this. When sometimes the motivational speakers would say something like this, that no, if your dream is not bigger than you, it is not bigger. It is not big to frighten you. You have not started to dream. That's how God gives us a dream or a vision or a destiny or an assignment. When God gives you an assignment, it is something that is transgenerations. It has to touch different generations from you. So you must understand, whenever God gives you an assignment, it is not just going to be fulfilled by you being alone. There are certain people you are going to meet in life that will be what we call destiny helpers. Sometimes you find that the people, however, that we entertain or meet into our life, it is those people who are actually sent by Satan to hinder, to stop, or to delay your progress in life. Sometimes we are entertaining people who we're not supposed to entertain. Sometimes we are running the race with people who are not supposed to run the race with. Sometimes you do life with people you actually have to distance yourself from, and those people are actually delaying your destiny. When people celebrate you when you do things that are not right, those kind of people are actually delaying you. When people celebrate you and not correct you when you do things that are not accurate in this life, those people are actually delaying you. Let me show you something. There are people in life who will work with you for the best of your life, so that you can reach the highest potential of your life. Those people are motivating you to be the best of your life and to come to a place whereby you understand that as Joshua you need Moses, like as Saul you need Samuel. Like, those are destiny helpers. They want to see the best out of your life. They want you to come to the highest potential of your to the highest potential of your to the highest potential, so that you can be able to reach your destiny. So these are the people that you need around you. You don't need people who don't love you. You don't need people who hate you. You don't need people. Someone wrote something that is very significant that I read, and then he said something like this: it is not scriptural when you have to deal with Judas every year. Some of the people you are tolerating too much, you need to let other people go, so that you can begin to move and achieve the things that God wants you to achieve in this life. I hope I have stressed that point too much. Let us deal with the last point. The character that you have can delay you. The people that are around you can delay you. That's why it's important for you to know that you have to work with people who are of the same heart, of the same mind with you. And if these people cannot stomach that, it will be difficult for them to help you to fulfill your destiny. Environment. In business, we are saying this. That if your product is not in demand, no matter how beautiful your product can be, you will find yourself not growing, simply because of what? Your product is not in demand. Some of us here, we are so gifted. We have all it takes to bring great impact. But the problem, we are in the wrong places. May God help us. The problem, we are in the wrong places. And as much as we are in the wrong places, we want to progress, but the seed that you have planted, it's more or less like planting the seed of an apple in the environment such as where I stay, that is Bushbuck or so. It's likely for that seed not to grow, because of it is a wrong environment of that seed. So when a seed is planted in the right environment, there will be growth, there will be sustainability, and so on and so forth. So it's very much important for us to understand, or to stomach that being in the wrong environment can actually delay you. Being in the wrong environment can actually hurt you more than blessing you. So you need to understand that, so that you can be able to be fruitful in your assignment. So three things that can, however, delay you from fulfilling your destiny. It is, number one, your character, work on it. Number two, people, be aware of the people you are working with. Number three, be aware of the environment God has actually sent you to fulfill your destiny, because of that environment can be a curse into your life, or that environment can be a blessing into your life. Is your gift needed wherever you are? Is your whatever that you want to accomplish or fulfill, is it in demand in that place where you have went? Have you aroused a desire in that environment for people to want what you are actually about to deliver in such places? If you don't observe such kind of things like that, you might find yourself doing a right thing in the wrong place. You may find yourself doing the right things with the wrong people. May God help you as I pray. Father, in Jesus' name, I pray for this, my people, right now, that, Lord, may you help us to know the environments that we supposed to accomplish our destinies in. Number two, help us to know